Right. Today, I want to take a look at all of the stuff that was revealed in the State of Play from 2 days ago and kind of rank my excitement for each thing from a scale of 1 to 5. So yeah, that's what we're basically going to do today. We're going to be ranking my excitement for upcoming games that were talked about or revealed during would have been Wednesday's State of Play or Thursday's. It was Thursday's State of Play. I'm going to talk about all the games that were revealed during Thursday's State of Play. First one we're going to talk about was the final reveal, actually, and it's God of War, Sons of Sparta. I'm really excited for this. Not only did they reveal that there's going to be remakes for the first 3 God of War games on PS2, they're getting remade. But that's just something that's coming soon. We also got this, which is completely new. It's out. It's out already. And yeah, this will be the next game that I stream. This will be the next game that I play, properly. I've got a plan to stream through Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but once we're done with that, this will be the next thing that we move on to after Jedi Survivor. So, out of 5 or out of 10, my excitement for this is probably at a 9 or 10. If this was closer to the idea of if this was closer to what the OG PS2 God of Wars were, it would be a solid 10. But at the moment, it's a 9. I still do like those 2D action adventure games, but it's not my number one choice of game. Marathon, I just do not care about at all. My excitement for Marathon is at a 0. I do not really care about this at all. This is not something that I'm going to play. It's not something that I'm going to buy. It's not my cup of tea. I don't really like first-person shooters. I only really got into Destiny because I like the RPG elements of it, and I think that world is exciting. Nothing I've seen of Marathon excites me. Also, stolen artwork, never a good thing. Also, some parts of the game are Gen AI, which I don't like either. So yeah, Marathon is not something that I'm interested in. Saros is something that I will. So my excitement for that is at a 0. Saros looks interesting to me. I haven't played Returnal, and this game is just basically a spiritual successor to Returnal, a spiritual sequel to Returnal, and I mean, I will get to it eventually. I think my excitement for Saros is at a 6, because it's one of those ones where I'm I don't feel like I need to get to it straight away. I don't feel like it's something that I don't feel like it's a must play for me. I feel like it's something that I want to get to. I want to get to Returnal first, and then see how many improvements or how much of a evolution of that concept this is. For Loop does nothing for me. The idea of this game, again, it's like an extraction shooter, PvP or PvE. Yeah, 4-player co-op shooter does nothing for me. That kind of online play required as well, which of course it will be. But yeah, it does nothing for me. My excitement for that is like, whoa, 1. There's nothing in For Loop that I find absolutely offensive, like in Marathon. But it's just not my cup of tea when it comes to games in general. So, For Loop for me, I'm not excited for it. Marvel Tokon is a 10. Marvel Tokon is a 10. I'm worried that it's going to be too complex of a fighter for me. And is the X-Men... The X-Men trailer is not on here yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the characters that they have put on the roster so far. I like that it's Robbie Ray as Ghost Rider. I like the designs for all of the characters. Iron Man basically just being a Gundam, I think, is really cool. Their version of Star-Lord looks really cool. But yeah, their X-Men trailer looks... the X-Men characters making Wolverine a tank is interesting to me. I never really saw Wolverine as a tank, but, you know, he always seemed like a scrappy, like, Unga Bunga character, not necessarily super evasive or super, like, tanky. But then again, the whole thing of Wolverine is that he's like, he can heal from anything, so it makes sense to me. It's not a huge leap. They're not like making Wolverine a zoner. Danger being in the game is interesting to me. So yeah, I'm really excited with, and obviously Magic. Magic is always fun to have around in a game. I'm excited to see other characters that get revealed. I assume we're gonna hear a lot more, and we're gonna get more reveals. We're probably gonna hear something. We're gonna get a reveal for who the other, like, Avengers characters are gonna be before Summer Games Fest. And then we're probably gonna get more reveals at Summer Games Fest, and then the last thing's gonna get revealed, and then the game's out. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, again, Death Stranding is out. It exists. They were just showing off that it's coming to PC. My excitement for this is like 0. I know people love Death Stranding. People love Death Stranding 2. It's like one of the most popular games of last year. It just does nothing for me. It doesn't appeal to me in any way, really. Ghost of Yotei is kind of the same. Like, I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't played that, so I don't have any kind of, like, this isn't a franchise that I've really gotten into that much, and it doesn't really appeal to me. Like, when it comes to action games, I prefer my action games to be more, like, fast-paced. Everything about Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima looks way too slow for me. And also the game just looks massive as well, which doesn't really appeal to me. Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. I'll probably give this a go. I've played a bit of I played a bit of Rayman. I'm not going to rate my excitement for these two because they're out, because they exist. I'm just not gonna buy them. I'm not gonna buy them until they're like free. But Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. This is like a releases the 13th of the 2nd, so yesterday. Yeah, this is like a 6 or 7 for me. I'm not gonna say it like that because shut up. But what this basically is like a digital museum for the first Rayman game, which is exciting for people that are bigger Rayman fans than me. I just have played a bit of Origins, or a bit of Legends. And even then, I really liked the pace of the game. It's just there are parts of the game where it kind of takes away the pace for, like, more intricate level design. And those levels I don't like. Those levels I don't like as much. But I will give this a go. I've heard that the first Rayman game is really difficult, so I'm interested to test that out and to test my own like mental sanity on Rayman 1. I think it would be a fun game to stream, and I think it'll be a fun game to stream. I think my excitement for that is like a 6 or 7. Metal Gear Solid Volume 2. I'm not a Metal Gear Solid guy. So this is 4, and it's one of the PSP games. I'm not a Metal Gear Solid guy. I'm just not. So my excitement for this is probably at like a 0 or a 1 as well. Yeah, I'll lump Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid collection in there as well. I'm just not excited for either of those, really. Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered. I really like the look of Legacy of Kain. I know the first two games, the first two PlayStation 1 games are got remastered. So I'm probably at like again a 6 or a 7 here as well. I think these would be fun games to like stream, to like go through on stream. So yeah, I'll probably do like a Legacy of Kain marathon at some point. Dead or Alive 6 last round. If you know me well, you know I'm kind of into fighting games, and I'm a bit of a perv. So so this appeals to me in a way that I'm just going to say that I'm excited for this, but not as much as you think I would be. Not as much as you think I would be. I'm kind of excited for Dead or Alive 6, but I will not be streaming it. I will play it in my own time. But yeah, my excitement for Dead or Alive 6 is a 6. My excitement for 007 First Light, the actual game itself, I feel like this is going to be a really fun game to stream. I feel like this is going to be a really fun game to stream. My actual excitement for it is probably like a 5. I don't think it really appeals to me because it's like what I understand of how it's going to actually play is Hitman. It's going to play like the Hitman games, just a bit more story driven. I think the actual story, like, I like Bond. I like Bond as a character, and I like that this is going more on the lines of like a prequel to even the very first films. A prequel to even where the books go. So I'm excited for this. I'd say my excitement is, like a 6. I guess one that I'm going to play, but I'm going to play when it's discounted. Pragmata I'm not excited for at all. And the trailer for this made it feel like an RPG. Made it feel like a JRPG, which is probably the vibe that it's going for. But it's like... It looks like Dead Space... Like, your main character looks like the guy from Dead Space anyway. It doesn't do anything to appeal to me. I know a lot of people have been very excited for Pragmata. It's probably going to sweep at the Game Awards. It just doesn't really appeal to me that much. Darwin's Paradox. So my excitement for Pragmata is like a 3. It's something that I'm in no rush to get to, but if it does end up being one of the free games on PS Plus, I'll be interested to take a look at it. Darwin's Paradox is my interest for this is like a 10. This looks so good, man. It's basically, it looks like the gameplay of Little Nightmares. So basically the gameplay is just you walk in a straight line, or you like it's basically a Pixar movie. It's basically a Pixar movie, but as a game. It's basically just this octopus's journey, and I love the idea of this, where it's less about the game, and it's more about just the kind of places that you go, and just the scenarios that you're put in, kind of thing. So yeah, I think this looks really, really fun to me. So my excitement for this is like an 8. 10 was probably too high. This is like an 8. Resident Evil Requiem. I'm not a Resident Evil guy. A lot of people will be really excited for this. Me, no. I think Leon being back is fun. But I'm not a horror guy. I'm not a Resident Evil guy. This, my excitement for this is like a 2. Neva, I think Neva's up here because it's getting a sequel, but for some reason the sequel isn't down here. This looks really pretty to me, but I have no idea what kind of even game this is. I mean, it is heavily discounted at the moment. And how long does that discount last? Until the 25th. I assume because this is going to be one of the free games. Usually when a game is discounted, it then becomes one of the free games for the next month after it's discounted. So, yeah, this... it's something that I was like interested in before, and you know, with it on a discount and with a sequel coming soon, it's exciting. My excitement for a sequel, like I said, I don't really know what kind of game Neva actually is. But yeah, like a 5, I would say. The art style looks really fun to me. It looks really pretty to me, and it looks like one of those games that's pretty much designed to break your heart and make you cry. I've already talked about Metal Gear Solid. This is exciting. It's an untitled John Wick game. I'm going to let you guys into a little secret. I have watched 0 minutes of any John Wick film. However, this coming out makes me want to watch all 4. And Ballerina. It's, like, John Wick is a franchise that Saber Interactive. What other games has Saber Interactive done? Franchise director Chad Stahelski. Or whatever. This is really exciting to me. And it makes me want to watch those movies. Which, I mean, is what any good licensed game should do. But yeah, I think for me, my excitement for a John Wick video game at this point in time is like a 6. But after watching those movies, which is something that I want to do now, more so than ever, knowing that there's a game coming out to do with it, it's like a... After I've watched those movies, it'll probably be a 10. John Wick fits a video game so well. Just from what I know about the franchise. New Castlevania was something that I did not expect at all. This looks really cool to me. I've tried my hand at quite a few like Metroidvania style games. I haven't really been able to click with really any of them. However, this is just another one that I want to give a go, and I really like the Castlevania animes. I like both of them. I think that Castlevania Nocturne is slightly worse than Castlevania itself, but I think both of them are really good. And yeah, this does interest me quite a lot. I'd say my hype for this is like a 9. A 9 pretty much means as soon as this goes as soon as we're able to buy this, I probably will. A 9 is like, this is going to be streamed on the channel. Silent Hill Townfall, not excited for it at all. I'm not a Silent Hill guy. I'm not a horror guy. This doesn't appeal to me at all. A lot of people really like Silent Hill. More power to you. It's not my kind of thing. I'm not a horror guy. I'm not a horror that makes you feel depressed guy. And Silent Hill is horror that also is like a psychological thriller as well. It's a psychological game that also is trying to make you shit your pants as well. I don't care for that. I don't care for that. Rev Noir. See, the thing with this is it didn't really show any of what the game is going to be. And the most we got is this, where it kind of looks like it pretty much says here that it's a role-playing game and it's epic. I mean, it probably will fit every like niche of what I'm into. Like, it's a big, long, sprawling action RPG. Sign me up. My excitement for this is like a 7. I want to know more about what this is, and the trailer kind of. So if you look at this trailer, that's Kingdom Hearts. It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts so much, and I love Kingdom Hearts. It's my favorite gaming franchise. So yeah, that's like. It looks interesting to me. It looks really interesting to me. Crimson Moon, kind of Souls-like that looks like RuneScape. That is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. Might be the one that I get through. People Not Inc. DBA probably monsters. That's funny to me. Like that kind of fits my sense of humor. I think this hits a niche that is very much just my niche. This does very much fit my niche of like what I'm into and what I'm looking for out of like all of my media at the moment. Especially getting into like fantasy novels more. This is like the vibe of like the kind of fantasy stuff that I really get into. So yeah, this is for my excitement for this is at like an 8. I'm for a game that I know very little about, that we've seen very little of. I'm very excited for it. I'm very interested to see what it is. Yokai Shinobi. My excitement for this is like a 2. I'm not excited for this at all. It doesn't look like my cup of tea at all. A real-time tactical stealth action and online co-op play. Not my kind of bag at all. My excitement for that is like a 0. Maybe a 1. Brigandine Abyss. This is a tactical RPG that's part of a series that I've never really heard of. That is probably way too long and has too many games for me to even start getting into. My excitement for that's like a 0. Big Walk. Hang out and get lost with close friends in a big world. This is peak. So this is peak. Basically. This is peak on PlayStation. This is peak on PlayStation. This is my excitement for this is like a 10. I've been waiting for the excuse to play peak on stream, and this is a peak that I can play. So yeah, my excitement for Big Walk is like a 10. It's a peak that I can play. Star Wars Galactic Racer is also a 10. I'm not a massive Star Wars guy anymore. Like, I like the franchise and I like things that take place in that world. And I'm cautiously optimistic for this Mandalorian movie that's coming out later in the year. However, this looks like a fun racing game. This looks like a fun sci-fi racing game that just happens to have access to vehicles in the Star Wars universe. I like that it's not just pod racing. It's like speeder bikes. It's like maybe some ships as well. I like that it's not just pod racing. My excitement for that is a 10. I feel like it'll be a really fun game to play on stream. Really fun game to play on stream. And to play off stream. I just hope that it's got a load of content. Because I assume... Because it looks really nice. It looks really cool. I hope performance is good. Like, because this looks like a AAA racing game. This looks like a AAA racing game. This looks like as good as, like, your Forzas. But it's in... If this is basically just Star Wars Forza, or Star Wars Need for Speed, or Star Wars Gran Turismo, excitement's through the roof. I hope it's got a load of content. I hope that it's playable for... I hope that it's, like, got a lot of stuff that you can do at launch with it. Because that's, like, my one critique of Sonic Crossworlds is that there's just nothing really to do. Outside of getting new characters and the occasional new track, there's nothing really to do in the game. So I hope that there's enough stuff to do at launch that makes it worth probably the astronomical price tag that it's going to attach to itself. If it's like 30 quid at launch, for how pretty it looks, I just hope that it's got content, man. I just hope that it's got content. Because, like, this game looks really good. This looks really good to me. I just hope that it's got enough content to keep me engaged for longer than, like, the few hours that I play it from the start when I get it. Control Resonant, my excitement for this is like an 8. I don't like Control, and I'm not a massive fan of Alan Wake. However, this is more of a character action game than those games have been. This, to me, is like everything that I'm interested about in the world of like Alan Wake and Control, which is the more psychological aspects of it. This is like a character action psychological horror game. If it was just psychological horror, it wouldn't really be my bag. If it was like Control again, it wouldn't be my bag. I've played a majority of Control. It doesn't really do much for me. I don't like how that game plays. I like how that game looks. I like how the game makes me feel, but I don't enjoy playing it. It's not the most fun thing to play. This looks way more... It's like a fast-paced action game. This is basically... It's basically what if Control was Devil May Cry. And it really excites me. Or what if Devil May Cry was a horror game? Kind of. I know people probably wouldn't lump Control into like the horror category, but I hope that it is just as weird as those games are, as Remedy's other games are, but also is a really good action game as well. So yeah, I'm more excited in this than I would say anything else, because, you know, Crimson Moon, I can kind of, you know, that I kind of expect to like. God of War Sons of Sparta, I expect to like. Marvel Tokon, I expect to like. This is one that's a complete question mark, and it feels so weird, and it's completely different to Control. Like, if it reminds me of anything, it kind of reminds me of Surge, or The Surge. That kind of, the mech Souls-like, kind of reminds me of that, a little bit, in a way. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. Beast of Reincarnation, I don't remember this even being shown off. You're fighting a monkey, or what looks like... that's a bear. You fight a big bear, and you got a wolf companion. So this is like character action Neva, basically. You got a big wolf boy with you. This looks interesting to me. I don't know necessarily if it's 100% my cup of tea, but yeah, this looks interesting to me. I don't remember it being shown off at all. But yeah, it does look like my kind of thing. I would say that my excitement for that is like an 8 as well, or maybe closer to a 6, because it's not really a franchise. It's not a franchise that I know a lot about, and it's not a game that I've been like interested in or followed really, but it looks interesting. So yeah, that's kind of my hype level for each game that was shown off at the Sony State of Play. I will let me know in the comments below what games you're most excited for. I was expecting to see some Wolverine gameplay. I was kind of expecting to see something on the next Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy VII Part 3. I'm very happy with everything that we've got. You know, new Castlevania is very exciting. New God of War that's set closer to the original trilogy is very exciting to me. God of War Original Trilogy remakes is very exciting to me. Getting to know more about Marvel Tokon is very exciting to me as well. Yeah, there's a lot of really exciting stuff on there, in my opinion. It is way more me-coded than a lot of other State of Plays have felt in the past. In the past, a lot of other State of Plays have kind of had like one thing for me. Like a couple of State of Plays ago, it was just Marvel Tokon that I was interested in. The previous State of Play, it was just Wolverine I was excited about. This, there is a lot of stuff that I'm excited about. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below what games you're most excited for in the coming year. Most of these as well are coming out in 2026. Most of these are coming out in 2026 as well. So a lot of these are games that I'm going to probably get to by the end of the year, which is really exciting to me. But with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Bye.